Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hey, this is Evan.
Hey, Jason Underwood.
And we hope you're enjoying the shows on the Danger Entertainment Network, now including the Bearded Ones comedy podcast.
Yeah, we're super thrilled to be a part of this awesome lineup, guys. And what we do here on our show is, look, we are just trying to make you guys laugh through all kinds of different avenues.
Hear me out here. Yeah. Hear me out.
Please.
What we are is we're two geeky white dudes talking and trying to be funny.
Yeah, not try to blow in your mind here with with something brand new, but
You never heard anything like this. We talk about Star Wars. We talk about superheroes.
Talk about Marvel movies, man. Look, we're cutting some we're breaking some damn boundaries over here.
We are breaking new ground.
Yeah.
But for real, what we do is we play invented games.
Yeah, and we try to spin everything into a brand new fun game that we've made up. We filter it all through that sensibility, and
we're both improvisers, so a lot of what we talk about ends up in sort of a scene that we have a lot of fun with. We talk about our lives, pop culture, and movies. We talk about a little bit of everything. So if that's what you like, check us out, Bearded Ones Comedy Podcast on the Danger Entertainment Network.
They look like Vikings. Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 431.
Sexiest podcast on the network, Brian.
Yeah, the spasmiest podcast on the network, probably, too. Fuck.
I mean, that's accurate.
Fuck. Yeah, sorry for this episode going up late, but, I mean, without a question, it's all my fault, because last Tuesday, I was in GameStop with my brother and, saw a Star Wars Stormtrooper figure that they have, and it comes with like a base, and then it's got these things you can attach to it. It looks like it's been shot, basically. Like
fun.
Things are ricocheting off of it, kind of a deal. Or
Oh,
whatever.
like little pew-pews.
Yeah, right. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me get a better look at that. And then my back was like, you know what? Fuck you. And
As backs tend to do.
And that's it, man. I didn't even get to pick it up. And all of a sudden, dude, just fire shot across my lower back right above my belt line, just from side to side. And I mean, I took a knee. That's how bad it was. I mean, I was like, whoa. So the guys at GameStop are like, you okay? And I'm like, no.
Like nothing PlayStation won't fix.
Yeah, right. I was like, shit, dude. So, I threw my back out, which was really you can tell how bad it hurt because I didn't even use a like Jay and Silent Bob gif when I was telling anybody what happened, because I could have said
right.
I threw my back out humping your mom last night. Not
Huge.
the case. No, of course, it's one of the, the best ways you can throw your back out, much like our friend Dan. I don't know if you remember, he went to take a CD out of a computer one time, back when computers still had drives. And
Right.
he went to reach for it, and it was down on the ground, the floor, it was a tower. He went to reach for it and threw his back out doing that. And, or Sammy Sosa sneezing and having to go on the disabled list.
Right.
Although, in fairness, sneezes are violent. At least that's
for sure.
If I sneezed and threw my back out, I'd be less like, I don't want to say ashamed, but I feel like it'd be a better story. Maybe not. I don't know. No, it's probably better this way. So
Just, if someone asks, like, what happened to your back? You're like, bro, someone tried to get my wallet. We got in this rumble.
Yeah. They hit me with a cinder
I
block.
took a vicious, roundhouse kick.
Yeah. Dude. I'll tell you, it felt like I did. That's for damn
Right?
sure.
That's because I roundhouse kicked your voodoo doll I made.
Wait. Was it for Jesus, though?
Well, yeah, of
Okay.
course.
All right. I was
Every
going to say.
roundhouse kick I throw is for Jesus.
I hope
I'm not
so.
a spiritual man unless I'm roundhouse kicking.
That's true. That is true. That is how you reach the Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. So, yeah. So, my fucking... my whole week has basically been laying in bed, which is not fun.
I'm not going to lie. That kind of sounds nice.
No. Listen, it's nice for like a day or two because you're just like, whatever. It was a Tuesday and I'm like, on Wednesday, I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to watch me some wrestling, and whatever. And then Thursday, I got football. I'm like, I'm okay. Friday, there's college football and SmackDown. It's like, I'm good.
Right?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, all I know is my Skyrim character would be like the best blacksmith in Tamara.
Right? Well, that was the worst part.
I'd be
was
forging epic armor.
I couldn't even sit like propped up in bed. I had to lie
really?
flat. Yeah. Otherwise, that's what would have happened. I would have probably had Borderlands beat, and I've barely even played video games the last week. I mean, I've jumped on GTA a few times just to, get my free spin and whatever.
Magic.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's not been fun. I've watched an ungodly amount of ridiculousness.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I just like watching people, eat the ground. But
yeah, exactly. Eat gravel doing about 85 miles an hour.
And there's a channel that I don't know if it's on like 24/7 or if they're running a marathon or what's going on, but it seems like every time I turn on this channel, it's on. So I was like, meh,
Is it like a over-the-air channel or is it something on cable?
No, it's on cable. Like for, us local Buckeye people, it's like channel 39 or whatever. So
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's an MTV
cable, like Buckeye cable in a long time.
Right, it's an MTV channel, but I don't know.
Oh. It's
So,
probably the ridiculousness channel.
yeah, it very well seemed like it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I watched hours of it one night because,
Right.
like I said, I just enjoy watching people eat shit.
I mean, it is a good time. to be
Also,
honest.
watching their back pain made mine better. You know.
It's true. It's true.
No, but it's really funny. I just, I've watched a little bit on the old, Netflix and Hulu's and what have you, but
The Hulu's, the Netflix.
none of the shit that I should have been watching. Like, I didn't watch, My Name is Dolomite yet because I want to be able to take notes while I'm doing it. So
Yeah, I have also not watched that yet, so
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
right. So, but whatever. I did watch the second episode of Watchmen, and spoiler alert, Blue Wang. So,
Weird.
yeah, they went ahead
Imagine that.
and got that in there.
He needed the money.
Terrible. Oh man. But yeah, that's really been what I've been doing. Just laying around and doing nothing.
I mean, it's too bad
Nothing.
he couldn't at least fired up some Xbox or something, or some PlayStation. Because at
Yeah,
least
right?
it would have felt like it was something constructive.
Yeah, at least I've been like, well, I'll just.
At least I beat this, or
It's
I
the
got to this
shittiest
level.
vacation, but yeah,
Yeah, I got really good at headshotting,
Yeah,
little
right.
dumbass kids.
Yeah. That's been the toughest part for me is it's like, look, I mean, it's no secret. I don't do a whole lot. Like, I live a pretty sedentary lifestyle. But when you absolutely can't do anything, it's so much worse,
Right.
And and then fucking daylight savings kicks in, so it's like when I'm sleeping, I'm waking up and it's dark basically. So that's pretty awesome too.
Well, I gotta say though, it was the good daylight savings.
Yeah, I guess. Here's
Within
the
reason.
problem. Here's the problem.
You shouldn't do it at all.
Well, yes, but my problem with it is that it starts getting dark now at 4:00, basically.
Right.
So, it's really not good for seasonal depression people
Yeah, that's fair.
because they lose an hour of sunlight now. Basically, is the way it feels. Even though the days start getting longer or whatever, but.
Yeah, basically what's going to suck for me is because of my work schedule, my daylight hours are going to be me working.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was meaning. Is there's a lot of people with seasonal depression. They get up and it's dark. They get to work all day. They get out of work and it's dark. So they literally see no sunlight, except maybe lunch hour or something. You know. So
I mean, at least I get weekends off, and I'm off noon on Friday, so I'll get that. But
yeah, right.
But for the most part, yeah, I when I get up and go to work, it's dark, and soon it's going to be dark when I leave. Like right now, it's still light, but
right,
won't be for long.
No, nope.
No.
Yeah. But across
Neither.
the board, daylight savings can just fuck right off. So.
Yeah, I hate it. I mean, this is the one I don't mind. This one doesn't affect me as badly as the other one does.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, this one screws with me because, I'm like, God, why am I so tired? It's early. And I'm like, oh, because my body thinks it's an hour later. That's why.
Right. Yeah,
and I've been getting up way before my alarm and then just laying in bed. I should just get up.
Yeah, really, probably. It's just...
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because if you just get up, it makes you wonder, if you just got up at what would be the same time, right?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if when the next one hits, if it would affect you at all.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you'd still be getting up at the same... If daylight savings didn't exist, you'd still be getting up at the same time.
I say we just all move to Arizona or just don't even acknowledge it.
Right?
The whole country. Let's go.
I read that Ohio's talking about ditching it.
Well,
So-
good thing I moved back.
Yeah, one of the few times Ohio, might be ahead of the times.
Yeah, doing something right for a change.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, it's the worst.
right, but yeah, that's. I have some other stuff, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So how was your week? I guess let's start. Well, no, God, I can't remember. I can't remember if Halloween happened before our last episode or not.
No, we recorded before Halloween.
That's right. Okay, so how was your Halloween then? Because here's mine, laying in bed.
Oh, sick. Sounds scary.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Mine was good. I was it was the first year I've handed out candy since I became a dad.
Right. Well,
So it was
at
weird.
least not to lure people into a van.
Well, yeah, well that's a hobby.
Yeah, that's the weekend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean it was kind of cool, and I was like pumped, dude. Like
Yeah.
we went all out.
Right.
Like the Halloween here sucked dick. It was cold.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was rainy. It was windy. But I still like raced home. Actually, no, I went to the store, bought firewood.
Yeah.
Then came home, and then I like put up my little like camping canopy tent.
I assume you got the wood so you could burn witches, right?
Of course, if any trick or treater came up dressed as a witch, I immediately threw her in.
Now, in fairness, it could have been a boy. What if he
Could've
was,
been.
if he was a warlock? You just pitch him in there too.
Oh yeah, I mean you'll have that.
Just for
Or a
equality's
Power
sake.
Ranger.
Yeah, or a
Just
power.
'cause.
Oh well, and those costumes are going to ignite soups
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes the fire all sparkly and cool. It's neat.
Right.
But no, we went all out. Like bought full size candy bars and then bought additional candy on top of it.
Right.
Which, by the way, did I talk about how expensive candy is?
No, but it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay. So I bought this. Like we went into Costco and got a thing of full size candy bars, and I'm looking. I'm like, it was like 30 bars, and I'm like, that might not be enough candy because this is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
I see kids on bikes all the time. I'm like, this might not be enough.
Easy solution. Just start breaking the bars in half.
So the day, it was Halloween that I bought the bag of candy. I'm like, I need to have a backup bag of candy.
Right. Now, see, the key is to buy it the day after Halloween at Target when it's like 40% off.
I mean, that would be the move.
And then keep it for a whole year so it's gross.
But I went to Kroger, and they had just like a shopping cart full of candy.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of their Halloween section, which looked like a tornado went through.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was there a few
And
days before that. Yeah, it was terrible.
And it was like, I'm just looking, I'm like, this is all like garbage candy no one wants. And I was like, oh, shit. Hershey's all-time favorites. And it was like 100 pieces. I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have a shitload of candy.
Right.
I don't want to have too much, but if I want to have I want to have more,
You want to make sure you
enough,
don't
but
run
not
out.
too
Right.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the bags are like, 200 pieces, 175. Like, that's too much.
Yeah.
So, and it was, it wasn't priced because it was in a shopping cart full of other bags of candy.
Yeah.
That fucking bag of candy cost me like $16.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah. It was like $15.99.
Oh, my goodness.
I wanted to kill myself immediately. I was
Yeah.
like, what is the way? And then I'm like, it's for the children, Bertoni. It's for the children. Because, I told you, I was pumped for Halloween.
Yeah.
So, I came home, we threw up the canopy. I got a roaring fire going despite all the rain.
Yeah. Yeah,
got
that
the
was
pumpkins,
impressive given how much rain, because it wasn't just like pouring rain. It was that wasn't it like that drizzling shits rain?
Well, here's the key. I had it under the canopy.
All right, that's an interesting move.
It's not the first time there's been a fire underneath that thing. That's why the canopy smells like smoke. Fair
enough.
Yeah. It got, the day before the kids came over, we all carved pumpkins. So I had to put them outside, threw the candles in them, had them all lit up, had spooky music going, through my phone, through my Bluetooth.
Right.
Threw on my Fat Thor costume.
Right.
Dude, I had a crock pot full of hot apple cider for the parents, had a bottle of caramel whiskey to add to it. I was like, we're doing this.
Yeah, right.
Got probably 12 kids. And no parents even walked up the driveway.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah. What we got here from what my mom told me was a lot of the parents were basically driving the kids around because it was just so shitty out. Yeah.
Yeah, so shitty.
Yeah.
I think we sat out there for about an hour, and, it was the first, half hour, 45 minutes, big sporadic children.
Yeah.
And then it was just nothing. And I was like, yeah, let's just clean up and go inside.
Time to call it. Yeah. Time to go inside and drink a bunch of whiskey and eat candy. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I had two cups of, dude, it's salted caramel whiskey I got.
Yeah.
I'm not a flavored whiskey guy.
Right.
It's pretty delicious.
Yeah.
And I had 2 cups of that just sitting out there, hot apple cider. I'm like, yeah. I stood up. I was like, I am a little feeling a little buzzed.
Now, wait, now, did you have 2 cups of whiskey or 2 cups of cider with whiskey
Cider
added?
with whiskey. But,
Or,
you
or I
know
guess
how
the
pour
third
it.
option should be, did you have 2 cups of whiskey with cider added?
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Shit's delicious, though, I'll be honest.
Well, look, now, did you ever think that maybe the reason you didn't have more kids was because the parents were like, hey, I think that guy's drunk?
I would have thought they would have came and joined.
Yeah,
Dude,
fair
I bought like all these
just
like
kidding,
paper
man.
cups. I'm so ready for anything next year.
Yeah.
You
right.
know, honestly, was the biggest hit was I bought because dollar store you can buy glow stick bracelets. They're like
Yeah.
packs of 5 for $1.
Right. So you
So-
put them on
so
your
I-
wang.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
that's later.
Yeah.
No, I bought probably 20 packs of them because my kids love glow sticks, and I'm a big fan of putting glow sticks on kids when they're trick or treating.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right.
you know, and every kid, oh, can I get a glow stick? Like, yeah, of course.
Mhm.
That was like the biggest hit.
Now,
Full size candy bars. The kids are like cool, but they were really pumped about the glow sticks.
The move next year is to have full size candy bars and the glow stick bands, and be like, you can have one or the other, and just see which one goes first.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. Like, gotta really want that big candy bar, but I also don't want to get hit by a car.
Yeah, but that glow stick is pretty legit.
Think of the things I can do with that. If it's a boy, you know exactly what he's going to do with it. He's gonna,
Yeah.
Like, look,
Same
it's a
thing I'm
glow in the
doing
dark
for
cock
tournaments.
ring. Yeah. Same thing I do with those mosquito ones in the summer. Make sure my boys don't get bit, you know?
Yeah, right?
Just wrap ass some bitch right around there.
Like, is that a citronella cock ring?
Yep.
And,
Yeah. Ain't nobody getting bit.
right?
More seductive than sex.
He's right.
Oh, man.
But yes, I mean, despite I still had fun because we just
That's
sat up there and listened to like it was a Halloween playlist of like you put a spell on me and all this stuff.
Werewolf bar mitzvah, naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, actually, that better be on there. I
Should
don't know.
be. Like, I knew a
Yeah,
conversation
we
with
just
somebody the other day about, the best Halloween song, and I'm like, well, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, like naturally, it's werewolf bar mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky, scary.
Right?
But yeah, I mean, despite the letdown of not like entertaining children and handing out cups of whiskey to people like I was hoping for, it was still a good time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a
Yeah.
good time. I'm glad it wasn't a complete, washout, because I knew how
No.
excited you were for it,
Dude,
and
I was pumped.
Yeah. I know, and that's why when I kept looking at the weather, and I'm like, oh man, I hope it's probably gonna be tough to have a fire, and there's not gonna be many kids and whatever, but at least you got some. So one thing,
yeah.
I generally don't hand out the candy anymore, but I always like seeing the costumes, for the ones that are inventive and whatnot, or the opposite of that, the ones that do as little as possible. Those sometimes are my favorite ones,
I mean, there was one kid I didn't want to give him any candy at all because he was a teenager, wasn't even dressed up.
Yeah.
But we had candy to spare, so like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Was he walking around another kid at least?
He was with a group of like
Okay.
older kids too, and they weren't all teens, but it was
Okay.
it was still kind of like just,
Yeah,
at least put on like a dopey hat or something. I
Right.
don't know.
Oh, just buy a mask. Seriously.
Yeah, do something.
I'm not gonna. A few years ago, when I lived at the other place, there was a kid that came up with a paper bag over his head that he had drawn a terrible Spider-Man mask on. And I didn't see what it was at first, and I'm like, "What are you supposed to be?" And he's like, "I'm Spider-Man, duh." And I was like, it's kind of funny because I bet this kid doesn't even know that there is actually a time where Spider-Man, when he was with the Fantastic Four, had the paper bag over his head as
Right.
his mask. But either way, paper bag mask is, hey, listen, times are tough. I'm not gonna.
Although to be fair,
To be
he might.
fair.
Well, you said it was a couple years ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So never mind. Because in the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game, that's one of the costumes you got.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, this
Yeah.
was well before that. And that's why I said they actually made a Funko Pop of that one with the bag over his head. It kind of
That's
surprised
hilarious.
me.
I mean, it deserves this.
Right.
Just
Oh,
saying.
really quick before I forget on that front, how was it a week or two ago when I was like, why haven't they made a Magnum PI Pop? Apparently there's rumors right now that they're going to make Magnum, at least Magnum. So,
Well, we know who listens to this podcast.
and another one that I mentioned a long time ago, which was Bandit with
nice.
with the Trans Am. So
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I would certainly buy a Burt Reynolds Pop because as far as I know, there is yet to be one. So
Only if he has his cowboy hat on,
I hope so. Jesus.
right?
I'd be really upset if he doesn't. Although to fit him
Yeah.
in the car, they might No, because the pop always sticks up above the vehicle. So anyway.
But yeah, I mean, so that was cool. You remember I was talking on the last show about, you know, like Michelle's missing cat, got her back and all that, got her back.
Right.
So get this.
It's not her cat. No. It was a doppelganger.
Well, it's funny because a couple days later, she got this text. And it was like, this dude, he's like, hey, did you find your cat? She's like, yeah, I got her back. He's like, oh, well, I've got a cat that I need a home for that looks a lot like your cat. Do you want another cat?
This is a good racket, right? Like, if you're looking to get rid of cats, just go around looking for, like, missing cat signs.
Well, it's funny because, you know.
Like, I don't have your cat, but I have a cat.
That was basically it. Because she called me and she's like, hey, I got a weird question for you. I'm like, and she's like, I'm thinking about adopting our cat. What do you think? Mm-hmm. And she told me the whole story. And basically what it is these guys got the cat when they were a kitten, and it doesn't get along with their other cat. Like the other cat beats up on it all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. But
so,
it happens.
So they put him outside, and he's always trying to get back in the house. And they're like, you know, it makes us sad. Winter's coming. We're trying to find him a home.
Naturally, right.
Right.
Sure.
So she's like, what do you think? I'm like,
can he go to the Night's Watch?
Yeah, right.
No.
take out black.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I told her, I'm like, it's your house. It's your decision.
Really? Yeah, really, yeah.
I mean, honestly, you know.
Well, the sad part was after that when she's like, here's the thing. I don't really have room for the cat and you. So now you're outside pawing at the door.
Yeah, pawing at the door and stuff. So we, I get home from work and she's like, well, they live like 2 streets up, because the reason I found out was one of the signs that she bought, she put out like, you know, because there's a spot of just like vacant land. Yeah. It was right in front of their house.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we, go over to his house, and it's the cat we caught in the trap twice.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Who knew? You captured the cat, and then the cat captured your heart.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's when their daughter has some sort of weird speech. She's very young too, but she has a speech impediment. The cat's name is Fred.
Okay.
And she's like, Fred. And the whole time I'm like, is she saying French bread? Is that the cat's name? So the cat's name is now French bread.
That's fucking great. I'm so glad that you went that way.
Yeah, but he's like this big, he's orange and white like her cat that was missing, but he's a short hair.
Yeah.
And all the cats, every animal here is a female. He's a male.
Oh boy.
And he's a big cat.
Yeah. Is he fixed? I hope.
Not yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure that happens quick.
Well, everything else is fixed by now.
No.
Cats send a spray.
That's why. Yeah, that's more they tend to just piss everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, he's got giant balls. I had to display mine to show certain dominance.
And you lost. Yeah. Did you put a citronella? Did you put a glow thing around?
Of course.
It's just dark and you just see.
Actually, that's who you were hearing meowing earlier. Was French bread hanging out by me.
Still trying to assert dominance, I see.
Apparently, yeah. But honestly, he's a really good cat, though.
That's good.
Because we brought him in, and of course, it was weird the first day because he's new environment. There's 3 other animals, or 2 other. Well, yeah, 3 because of the dog, 2 cats. Yeah. And he's like, whoa, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But he is the least aggressive cat I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, really?
Like the other cats are more like the aggressors at him. And he's a couple of times I've seen him do some shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he's just wants to just lay around and, watch everything happen around him. And, except when it comes to food.
Really?
And I think that's from him being outdoors.
Oh, could be.
Because it's like when it comes time to feed, it's like, like at one time he jumped in the food box and dumped it. And it's like, can't have this kind of thing going on.
Right.
But for the most part, he's a pretty good cat.
Right. Yeah, they may just have to do some stuff like feed him separately.
Yeah, like the 2 cats, there's they got there's kind of like their own little room. They eat up on the windowsill.
Yeah.
He eats on the floor.
Okay.
And you got to feed him first, because if you don't, he jumps up there.
Which makes sense. I remember like when we were kids, when you had Cream and Hobbs, how Hobbs was that way. Like if you didn't feed him first, he would go after the other food.
Yeah.
Well, he would
Yeah.
also, after he was done eating, go after the other food. But you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. A little psycho.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the new member of this household is French bread the cat. I went out the other day and got him a little tag. It says French bread on it.
Love it. That's so awesome.
And I should have had her send it. I think she's asleep, so I can't get it from her. But the dude who, like, he sent her a voicemail the next day that was like, oh, when he called the cat, and the way he was like, Fred. He said it was so bizarre sounding. I wasn't thinking. I should have had it ready to go.
You're like, nah, we got this.
Yeah, like for sure. Like as soon as we walked in the house, it was like French bread.
Yeah. Like, who doesn't love yelling out French bread anyways? I mean, it's
That's
delicious.
what she was saying. He's like, if he gets out and we're walking around the neighborhood yelling French bread.
What'll be funnier is if they hear it. Like, those people. Because they'll be like, his name's Fred. Like, why are they calling him French bread? They'll think you're idiots.
I know, right? Well, it's funny because you say French bread. He'll look because he looks at you.
Well,
because it's close
the
enough.
cadence. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close enough. That's why, but I swore that's what that little girl was saying.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
I'm like, what the fuck, French bread?
I mean, you know, you never know. I mean, you let a kid name an animal. God only knows what they're going to name it, you know.
Oh, for sure, right?
And if French bread's her favorite food, it's very likely to name the cat French bread, you know. But
Yeah, exactly.
which would make some awkward conversations. Like, what do you think we should have with dinner tonight? How about French bread? No! The girl's like clutching the cat.
Yeah, that was an experience to say the least.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting, right? Wow.
Yeah, right. I'm also probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years behind the curve here, but I've started playing Rocket League.
Yeah, I you know, because the
God
PlayStation
damn, is
tells
that game fun, bro?
Yeah, Clint was trying to get me to play that forever ago, and I kept watching for it to be cheap, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. So,
Well, it's like I downloaded it because like it's cross-platform play, so I can play with Logan if I wanted to,
Right.
and we could play like multiplayer on the couch and all that.
Right.
And it is a fun. There's something about flying around in a car and playing soccer. It's pretty fun.
it's so funny. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very simple game, but it's fun.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
I know, right? So I mean, if anyone wants to play some Rocket League, I'm Damn Dirty Ape on PlayStation.
He certainly is. Although
There's a 1 in there, 7i.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it's DAM, not DAM.
DAM,
Yeah.
D1, or D-Ape.
You should probably just message Tony.
Yeah, that's too. That's true. That's true.
Just
But then, let's see here. What was it? Last weekend then? Because it's we're way into the week now. It's weird.
right.
Saturday was awesome because we didn't do much. Just kind of lazed around.
Right.
But then, she was like, "Hey, I want to take you to Bronner's, which is up in Frankenmuth. So
Mhm.
like the giant fucking Christmas store."
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare to me. No, I'm kidding. I've been there. It's not for me.
Well, see, I've been to Frankenmuth when I was a kid, and then a couple years ago we took the kids up there, but we never went to Bronner's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
parking was
Bronner's.
so packed.
Yeah, Bronner's is the place that everybody loves the fried chicken from and stuff, isn't it?
No, it's Zender's.
Oh, that's right. That's Zender's. My fault.
Yeah. But we never made it in the Bronner's the last time I was up there. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go, right?
Right.
Halfway up, I'm like, I got to get gas. Let's stop at this Costco. She needed to get dog food. I'm like, all right, let's go in. The Costco was Insanity, right?
Yeah.
But it was in Michigan, and they have liquor. They have like a liquor aisles.
Yeah.
Like, here in Ohio, they just sell beer and wine. They sell liquor there.
Right.
And I told her, I'm like, I kind of want to look at the liquor aisle, but it was so crazy. I'm like, let's just get the dog food and get the fuck out.
Right. Sure.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Until a woman walked by me, and in her cart, she had 3 packs of CBS.
Right.
And I was like, slow down. I've
Yeah.
never seen Founder's Beer at a
Yeah,
Costco before.
I was going to say, I saw on their Instagram when they announced CBS, people were like, holy shit, I found it in Costco this year. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was immediately like, well, now we're sorry. We have to go to this aisle. I have to at least look.
Yeah.
And I ended up walking out of 2 4-packs because, like, the day before, our buddy Steve, he texts me like, "Hey, I'm at Myers. I got CBS. You want to pick you up some?" I'm like, yeah, because it's last year. I was gonna drink a couple, hang on to a couple.
Right.
He's like, never mind. I'm not buying. It's like it's like $25.99.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people posting that on the same thread. Actually, a lot of people were like, why is this $27 or $26 or whatever? Yeah.
At that Costco I was at $17.99.
That's actually why someone mentioned it, was that they were like, I just picked some up at Costco. Like I picked up 2 or 3 at $17.99. So
yeah, like the woman behind us in line was like, I just paid like $26 at Myers yesterday for these.
And you were like, sounds like you're a chump.
Basically, I wasn't planning on buying them because I figured it'd be 20-something. But when I saw how cheap they were compared to their normal, I was like, I'm going to have a 4-pack to enjoy, and I'm going to put a 4-pack away.
Yeah, that's... Oof.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Since in theory, this is the last year they're brewing it.
Yeah.
Although I still think that's a ruse.
I'm with you, because, Pete, boy, I'll tell you, obviously, like looking at any founders threads on Instagram or anything right now, half of it is, you guys are racist, which, whatever, we'll get into that in a little bit, because we have a follow-up to that whole story.
Yes.
But so many people were like, why the hell are you ending CBS? And they're like, oh, we're making room for other beers. And, different people are like, aren't you big enough to keep CBS and introduce another beer?
Yeah, that's why I think it's all a ruse.
Yeah, and that's their best-selling beer. That's so weird. So weird.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think they get rid of some shit that doesn't sell as well. That makes sense. That'd be like, Walmart going, we're going to close our busiest Walmart.
People go apeshit for CBS every year.
I don't get that at all, especially right now with the other shit that's going on with them. Like, they also, like, Curmudgeon's done, too. Like, last year, technically, they announced that, but...
But that's what they do. They stop brewing beers for a couple of years.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, hey, like they did it with Double Trouble.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't believe it.
I don't either. I'm with you. Like when we were talking about it via text, I had the same thought you did as soon as I read that, because I was like, I bet they bring this back as like a Mothership Series type beer, or something along like the specialty
like
shit
they won't
down
brew
the
it next year, but then year after, like, oh, guess what? It's like this 2-year age CBS or whatever.
Or you demanded it, so we brought it back.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm just like, whatever, guys. But it did make me buy 2 4-packs because I was like, I'm going to hang on to this because I never know. This shit might get valuable.
Right? And let's be honest, like in 2 years, if they brew it again, we'll buy it again.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'll buy
maybe,
it every year.
depending on the price. Yeah, because there's a limit for me in beer. Like, I'm not spending $25 on a 4-pack.
I did last year. I bought a bomber for like $20-some.
A bomber, yeah, okay. I guess really and truly, if you're going to spend the money on it, the 4-pack's the better move, because then if you do want to sell it or keep it, you can. The bomber, once it's open,
Yeah, you have to drink it.
You got to drink it, man.
But yeah, so we fucking, I didn't know this. Like she knew a cheat code for Zenders.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they have a salad that she loves. She's like, it's kind of one of the reasons she wanted to go up there.
Right.
So Zenders, it's like a famous chicken. I don't know, Frankenmuth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, if you know of the place, you know of them because of their fried chicken. Like that's really the reason. Like, I've never heard, honestly, when you said there's a salad she likes, I was almost surprised because I've never heard anyone say anything about anything other than fried chicken there.
The fried chicken.
Yeah, and I've had it, and I don't know, it was good. I don't think it's the best fried chicken I've ever had, but it was good.
No, I'm the same way because I had it too.
Yeah.
Because if you go in to eat in the main restaurant, there was literally a line out the
door.
Oh,
I don't doubt it at all.
And the restaurant's huge.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, I couldn't imagine how long it is. Now, here's a cheat code for you. If you're looking at the building, on the far right, there's some doors that says Zender's Shop. You take some stairs downstairs, and they have a cafeteria. They don't have the full menu, but you can get the fried chicken.
That's funny.
And you just grab trays, and you go down the road, and you tell people what you want, and there's tables, and we just got food, sat down, and ate.
Oh, wow. Well, and that's the funny part is because probably, what do you guess? 95% of the people going there are probably going for the fried chicken, so why not just go do that? They probably just don't know.
They probably don't know.
Well, if you don't know.
I mean, I didn't know until we went.
Now you know.
So I was like, oh, this is kind of dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got the fried chicken with like mashed potatoes and stuffing. I did the whole thing, and it was good. It was like you said, I've had better fried chicken, but it was good fried chicken.
Right. It was like when me and Jen were in Florida, we ate at, I can't remember the name of the place now, but it was something, it had been on like Food Network and different stuff, and they were like, oh, this is the best fried chicken. It was okay. Jen got the fried chicken. I got something else. And I tried some of her chicken. I was like, it's good. I don't know that it's, like, I wouldn't wait hours for it like some people apparently do. You know, like, same with Zender's. It's like, in fairness, though, there's not very much food I would wait hours for, you know.
The only one I can honestly think of would be, and I don't remember the name of it, which is a damn shame, would be that place in Austin that does brisket.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like that little hole in the wall that's been doing brisket. They're very famous now. People line up at like 5 a.m, and it's like once they're out, they close.
Okay, I'll give you that. For that kind of food, I probably would, only because once they're out, they're out. There's no like, oh, we'll come back when they're not as busy or something type thing. There is no.
That would be because I've heard so many good things and seen them on so many cooking shows.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I need to try that at some point in my life.
Yeah. What you need is to get famous so you don't have to wait in that line.
I know, right?
Because then you're just like, hey, I want to swing by.
5-star ball wash, something like that. Send us to Austin.
Yep. Because I mean, like on, those food shows and whatever, they never have to wait. They just, they just either go, sometimes they go before they're open or whatever, but they always get, they guaranteed get food.
Right. Yeah, a lot of times, I was holding this one for you or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But, left Zender's, of course, we had to up at Frankenmuth Brewery.
Still, I don't think I've had anything from there still.
They make some good beers. They do. I think they brew a lot of their beers into like traditional German style. They have those weird beer laws,
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, I had a Scotch Ale bro that you would love. It was really good.
Yeah, I saw obviously you tagged me in it too. So
yeah, I tagged you on it. Yeah, it was really good. I had a Scotch Ale. I had an Oktoberfest, which is really good. Their pumpkin beer won like second place in the nationals.
Really?
And I was like, I even told the lady, I'm like, I was getting a flight. I'm like, I normally don't like pumpkin beers, but I see it won silver, so let me try it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, going into it. Yeah, I was going to say, but going in, you're not a pumpkin beer fan either. So, yeah. Maybe somebody who likes pumpkin beer thinks it's, amazeballs, I guess. I don't know.
And then I had a Christmas Town Ale because it came out that weekend. So I was like, fuck it.
Might as well while in Rome, right?
Might as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all in all, the beer was good. The place is really cool. I mean, we didn't eat or anything. I just had a flight and we left.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've had some of their beers before at Beer Fest. They're good.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think I actually have had some stuff of theirs, but it was...
probably from Beer Fest.
From Beer Fest, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that Scotch Ale, though, that was legit.
Is that available anywhere else or just taproom?
I honestly don't know. It's called Scotch Connery, I believe.
Good name.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it was like I took the first sip, and I was like, ooh, Stuart would love this shit. Yeah, it was good.
Excellent. Yeah, I definitely marked it on my Untapped.
Right, like the wish list or
the
whatever.
wish list, yeah.
But then we because Bronner's is located right out of town.
Yeah.
So we hopped in a car, drove to Bronner's, and that was an experience. It's something. I think it's the world's largest Christmas store.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
And it's like I've never seen so many Christmas ornaments, and it's organized by group. It's like food, occupation, and it breaks down the occupations. Pets, dogs, sports, every category you can think of, they have ornaments for.
Yeah, yeah. If you're big in Christmas, you love the place. Especially if you like, well, I don't know if it's still this way. It's been years since I've been there, but it used to be real heavy on the Christ part of Christmas.
Oh, it is. But
okay.
They have, when you look at the thing, it just says like Merry Christmas, and Christ is all in caps.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So I was like, oh boy, they put the Christ in Christmas, don't they?
Oh yeah, they cram it in there.
Yeah. And there's a huge section like just nativity scenes.
Yeah,
and,
which makes sense. I mean,
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's Christmas.
right.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not a religious dude.
Mm-hmm.
I like me some Christmas too. So I kind of walked in there and I was like, normally I want to murder everyone before Thanksgiving and they're shoving this shit in my face.
Yeah.
But it kind of put me in a festive mood.
Well,
the Christmas lights and stuff.
Well, the armed guards, threatening you help also.
Well, yeah, for sure.
The guys dressed as nutcrackers that threaten you if you're not in the Christmas spirit.
That'd be creepy. Nutcrackers creep me out for some reason.
Yeah, well, rightfully so. Especially the life-size ones. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, but it was it's a pretty cool story. I just can't believe that the amount of Christmas ornaments that I didn't think there'd be Christmas ornaments for.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to be able to sit in the buyer's room or meeting or whatever for that place, because I think it'd be fun to just look at the shit that they turn down,
right?
Like in the catalogs or whatever.
Judging by the store, they don't turn anything down.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, they do have a lot of stuff.
It was insane.
That's why I said if you're a big fan of Christmas,
Yeah. Well, and Frankenmuth's a cool town anyway. It's just this little German town. There's the cheese house. It's all just it's.
Yeah, I actually found
cool town to visit.
I like the town way more than I don't give a shit about Bronner's, honestly.
Right.
I like Christmas, but that's too much for me. That's big time overkill. But I understand. I mean, if you're looking for Christmas shit, that's the place to go to.
I actually bought an ornament while I was there because I found one that was perfect for my mom. And she doesn't listen, so it's fine because her Christmas tree.
I'll tell her though.
That's fine.
Yeah,
her Christmas tree is
tell it right now.
it's pre-lit and it's like 3 palm trees that you put together out of wood and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just this Christmas bulb that says "Deck the Palm." So I'm like, oh, well, that's like perfect for my mom.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I mean, it's just I don't know. I've never. If you wanted to, you could make a Christmas tree that was covered in taco ornaments because they had a multitude of taco ornaments.
Well, it makes a lot of sense, right? Like when you go into a store like Bed Bath and Beyond or Target, even whatever, you can excuse me, you can get a theme, and just fill your whole bathroom or kitchen or what in just that theme basically.
Oh yeah.
So why not, right? Although I would say I think it would be a taco tree would be really interesting.
I don't get a big sombrero as a topper.
That's just racist.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, because I was in Mexico over the summer, and in the distance I see a sign that just says Mexico. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go look at the Mexico ornaments.
Yeah. They're all racist.
It's all tacos, burritos, margaritas, bowls of guacamole, a sombrero,
was there
like a chihuahua. There was some Day of the Dead ornaments, which those are kind of cool. But, but for the most part, I was like, boy, this is racist.
No luchador mask ones?
No, I didn't see one. That would have been sick. Santa's a luchador, I don't know, her and Karana and an elf or something.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick. Oh, the one thing I don't like about Bronner's is you're on your way in, you're driving to Frankenmuth. There's a big billboard that says Bronner's and the sign pointing whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a statue of sensual Santa Claus on it.
Perfect.
He's laying on his stomach, and his feet are kind of kicked up, and he's kind of looking at you And then there's another one at the store, and I'm like, I don't like the vibe Santa's giving me here.
I think that's perfect. I honestly think they should have him laid out like sexy Dr. Malcolm, or better yet,
got a Santa jacket open,
Santa on a reindeer rug, in the Burt Reynolds pose,
Oh God, that's terrifying. Mrs. Claus is thrown up in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh
Sensual.
yeah. And I also need to let you know one thing that I just did earlier today.
If this is taking a poop, I don't want to hear it.
No.
Okay.
And I'll give you a review on the next podcast.
Oh my!
But I bought myself some sweet tangos.
Oh, nice! That's the move. I'm telling you.
Because I told you I bought all those apples.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've ate all those apples,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, I need more apples.
Well, of course.
And I went to the store because
Yeah.
I wasn't, didn't have time to really go to like an orchard like I'd like
Yeah,
to pick
but
up some apples.
that's the thing with the Sweet Tangos. You can't get them at those places, which
Well,
sucks.
yeah.
You know?
That's why I was looking at what they had at the local Kroger's, which I'm usually not a fan of buying their
Yeah,
produce. But I was
right.
like, oh shit, they got so many Sweet Tangos that Brian's always beating
You know-
off about. Let me buy some.
I will say this, though. You know, a lot of times when you buy, like, produce at the local super grocery store or whatever, you know, a lot of times it's meh, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like with these, though, it's like I've barely had any that I've bought that have, like, gotten home and, like, a day later, you're like, oh, how did I miss that giant spot on it that's,
Yeah. Oh,
you know.
man, how did my apple get AIDS?
yeah. Well, I mean, that's no secret, but I inject all my apples. By the way, probably don't bob for apples at my house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad idea. No, so that's one thing I really like about those apples too, is that, you know, because normally I'm with you. Like, I normally buy apples right up the street at the fruit store, you know,
Right.
because usually they have, like, I don't know, 900-pound bags of apples for like $4. So,
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, Honey Crisps for $4? Okay, you know, because seriously, it's usually like a 10-pound bag or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's insane, yeah. So, excellent.
Yeah, so I'll let you know what I think next week.
Fair enough.
And by you, I mean the audience. I'll probably let you know immediately, Brian.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I guess basically that was my Halloween week into the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
It's gonna be weird because like in a few days we're gonna have to record again.
Yeah, I know it is gonna be weird.
Yeah.
But that's
Fucking
all right.
bizarre world, bro.
It's all right. We'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do have a news story. I'm sure you got some stuff too.
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is kind of a follow up.
Okay.
A wee bit.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the stupid Popeyes chicken sandwich craze. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, sandwiches!"
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yep.
Is your Dateline Maryland what happened?
No. I mean, I heard the sandwich is back, or they're bringing it back, whichever.
Reintroduced the sandwich within the past few days. This was in I lost the city because I'm starting to run out of gas here. Somewhere in Maryland. Jesus Christ. Edgewood, Maryland.
Yeah.
And, in theory, this video has a link, but I have all these ad blockers and shit, or a video.
Okay.
This news article has a video, but I have all these blockers, so I just have gray screen.
Fair enough.
But apparently, yeah, someone got stabbed to death in Maryland over a fight about the fucking chicken sandwich, bro. Actually, now that I'm reading these, there's, according to the captions, there's 3 different videos of fights breaking out across the country
stupid.
about the sandwich. Just the one in Maryland, some dude got stabbed to death.
So first world problems, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I can't get a fast food, fried chicken sandwich. I'm going to kill you. Meanwhile, you got people that are like rooting around under rocks for food in other places,
Well, I mean, I'm reading what happened. He did line cut. I mean, that is a stabbable offense.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you line cut, anything goes.
Dude,
it becomes prison rules.
I'm sorry, but you as a restaurant should not have to have security for a chicken sandwich release. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, this is bullshit. Like, stop it, people. That sandwich cannot be that good. It can't be worth it.
Apparently, we're just doomed as a country.
Yeah, world. It's not just us. It'll spread. This is so dumb.
Have you ever heard of a food product coming out that you got this excited about? That you're like, I'm going to go stand in line and get this.
No. Like, you saw how excited I was about the Cosmic Crisps coming out in December.
Yes.
Did you see me going, dude, I'm going to go stand in every line for those and or maybe stab someone?
Yeah, I'm going to drive to Washington. I'm going to shoot everybody in the face until I get one of these apples.
I show up at Garrett's house, you know. Hey, he's like,
covered in blood. We got a bag of apples.
No. He's like, oh, you came to visit. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Came to visit you.
Yes. If
Yes.
anyone that shows up that looks very official with a badge looking for me, I am not here.
You did not see me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, come on. No.
Yeah, I mean, I've been excited. Like, I hear about some food things that come out. I'm like, yeah, that sounds kind of cool. I wouldn't mind
Right.
trying that.
Yeah.
I've never had the urge to, stand in line for it.
Aside from the brisket we talked about.
Well, yeah, we're back on that. You're right.
Yeah.
Beside the brisket.
Besides the brisket. I mean, listen, brisket's brisket, though. No, I'm the same way. I'm very much like, seriously, dude, if we go to a place and they're like, yeah, there's an hour and a half or 2 hour wait, and I'm like, fuck this, let's go find some food anywhere else. Like, I'd rather eat than wait 2 hours. I don't even care if it ends up being shitty food. I'd rather just go eat. You know? I'm sorry, man. Like, look, I like a good chicken sandwich too, but you can't. There's no way this is worth standing 2 hours for. It's like the people who stand in line for like those burger places, like was it like Shake Shack and the different ones over the years. You know, when they show them on Food Network and they're like, people wait their whole lunch hour. I'm like, fuck that, man. I'll go to McDonald's and get my ass food and be done. Like,
yeah, right.
It's not worth it to me. It's just my time is just. I'd rather just sit with my finger square up my nose for an hour than wait for food.
Yeah,
I just don't. There's too many places to eat, you know? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've
seriously,
ever waited even close to an hour for food. I might have come close a
definitely
couple,
have.
maybe in like some bigger cities when
we
have
have
like a big group of people. And you're like, well,
because I was going to say we've been with a group of people a few times where we've had to wait a good amount of time, but like I can do, you know, like I can live up to an hour. You know, I can live with that. Because usually with us, we'll just go grab a drink at the bar, or we'll grab some drinks and stand around, you know, and just bullshit. But for a fast food sandwich, not a chance in hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope. And again, I mean, I know how to cook, man. I just go make my own damn sandwich.
Right.
I mean, maybe it isn't as good, but I mean, I can do all right.
I don't even know what makes it good, I'll be honest.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, the last time
the
I
hype.
had Popeye's chicken, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't amazing.
Right.
You know, I mean, unless they're like, I don't know, unless it's like bathed in the tears of an angel, and I get to go like get a wish when I eat it or something.
Right.
I don't get it.
Just I don't know, man. I'm just you know, it's all in the like whatever's going into the seasoning. That's got to be it. Or they have some sauce that's their own sauce. But again, I'll bet you within a few months somebody will have a copycat recipe out there, and I'll bet you can get real close to it at home.
You know what? I'm going to Google that.
Because, you know, it's just nuts to me. I can't get over this. Like, if I walked up to a Popeyes and I saw a line, I'd turn around and go right back to the car.
Yep, exactly.
Nope.
Oh, weird, Brian. I just Googled copycat Popeye spicy chicken sandwich, and there's 8 million recipes for it.
Oh, imagine that.
Imagine that.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, man.
So let's see here. It says you can prepare it in about 30 minutes.
Yep.
Calls for chicken breast, buttermilk, flour, cornstarch, spices. Okay.
I hope it tells you what spices.
And brioche buns.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Spices is for the sauce. They just make a spicy mayonnaise is all it goes on it.
Really? It's not even the chicken spicy, huh?
So it says hot sauce, paprika, and taco seasoning, garlic powder, and you whisk it into some mayonnaise, and there you have
the taco
seasoning.
Sauce. The taco seasoning basically ends up being the secret there.
What a bunch of turds.
Right? Well, that's why I said the last time when I did that chicken in my air fryer, dude, I threw that Creole seasoning in the flour.
Tony's Creole?
For sure. Dude,
fuck yeah, that's just a bomb.
That was so good. Like, that's all I would do. I would just do that, basically. I just whisk that together, make that chicken, and make me a sandwich. Done and done.
Yeah, I mean...
Whatever,
It doesn't...
Seriously, go make your own. For two reasons. One, you're not supporting, you know... one, you can pick your ingredients then.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah. Anyway, jeez. So on to another silliness with a big corporation. Or, well, a corporation, I guess, whatever. So a follow-up to our talk last week about founders.
Oh, yeah.
This week they settled
Right.
out of court, of course, as settling is done.
Naturally.
And, of course, neither side is allowed to discuss the details because that's how companies get out of any sort of wrongdoing.
Right.
And basically, founders... Let me see if I know I've got the thing. I want to read their statement because their statement... I love their beer, but God, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Their statement is just lawyer garbage. And the worst part actually wasn't even theirs. Though to me, the worst part is actually the guy who sued them because I feel like his statement was forced to try to make them look better.
Wouldn't surprise me if they were like, hey, we're going to throw a shitload of money in your face, but you have to, sign this and say you said it, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Why isn't it showing? There it is. Okay, so founder statement is, we're pleased to settle this case and focus on the future. Through recent discussions with Tracy, the guy who accused, we listened, engaged in self-discovery, and reached common grounds to make amends. We agreed that nobody be viewed at fault here. Most importantly, this serves as an opportunity to place our full attention on the work we now have to do as a company of more than 600 dedicated team members to rebuild our relationships. Significantly, we are committed to moving the cause of diversity and inclusion forward for founders. We want every employee to feel valued, respected, and safe. We abhor discriminatory action of any type and believe that beer should bring people together and not divide. I mean, I agree with that last part, but...
yeah, absolutely.
So, meaning the beer should bring people together part. Yeah, I especially love we agreed that nobody be viewed at fault here.
Yeah.
Which means, like you said, we paid a bunch of money so that we don't have to be found guilty. Tracy, the guy who sued them, his statement is, I'm not going to say too much here. And then he goes on this long... but it says, but I want the world to know the power we have when we step forward and make ourselves heard. Upon hearing us, businesses also have the power to make changes or not. I don't know what happens from here within the doors of founders, but I do know this. We have legal resolution, and we have started looking at how all of this is affecting human lives. I don't know what Dave and Mike have planned for the future, but I know that seeing color and valuing people for who they are and their collection of experiences is the mission. Learning from our mistakes is also a part of the mission. Founders as a whole made some bad choices. I, as an individual, made some mistakes, but on this day, we look to move forward. I hate the fact that, and even if he did make mistakes, I hate the fact that in this kind of scenario, he basically has to, take on fault even though he's the accuser. That bugs the shit out of me. Says when someone when someone offers to change, as humans, we have a few choices, and I have made the choice to see what Founders does with this path that they are about to take. To those that were affected by all this within Founders and had nothing to do with this, I apologize. To the few of those that were affected by this, and you are a part of the problem, I hope you listen to what your company is about to start saying. Craft beer is about coming together and celebrating our differences, and no dollar amount should make a company want to forget that. A company is nothing without its workers, and you deserve, I gotta click the next thing, to be valued as such, and there should be a clear line of what those goals are. As there are still people working for Founders that I still love very dearly, I hope for nothing but the best for Founders in the future. I will also be moving on and continuing this fight around the world, as the issues that I experience at Founders are not just a Founders issue. They happen everywhere, and I vow to continue to be a vessel to help both employers and employees become better at acknowledging, understanding, and dealing with them. Love you all. Thanks for the support, and let's continue to stand up for what's right. Yeah. Sounds like a bunch of lawyers speak. Here's my thing. Here's the thing that really chaps my ass in this, aside from the fact that basically this guy who says, hey, I was really wronged here, now has to go, well, I had my fault, which we all do. I get that. But it's still I don't know, man. Be like, well, if they weren't so murderable, we wouldn't have been able to get away with murder. You know, like I know they're drastically
Yeah,
different,
for sure,
but it's
right.
like, I also love how it comes out with the I'm going to fight and I'm going to keep fighting and fight and it's not about the money, but it's like, well, then why did you settle? I mean,
right. Exactly.
if it was truly not about the money, then why did you settle? I mean, I understand, but it's like if you're trying to pretend like you're a beacon for change, be a beacon for change. Just fight it.
Yeah.
Make all this shit about them truly come out in the wash. You know, because if this shit goes to court instead of settling, then you get to see what they did and didn't do in the situation. You get to see all this stuff. Instead, they get to cover it all up. And I hate this about settlement so much, and I'm not so much blaming the guy. I'm really not, as much as it's the process. And I hate the process that companies can do this. They can make something go away, admit zero fault in a situation, essentially. And because if you noticed, on their thing, it says, we agreed that no one's at fault here. On his, he says, I did some things wrong and they did some things wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of humorous that one's like, nobody's at fault, and the other's like, everybody's at fault. But yeah, I just, man, I hate this process so much. You know? Because like I said, I mean, obviously, you know, we love Founders beer and everything, but I certainly don't I don't know. They need some leadership change. They really need some leadership change.
Yeah, that was kind of
I'll be honest.
Definitely a big faux pas.
I honestly think as a company, this would be my next move is, hey, I think it's time for some new blood.
Right.
Because clearly what's going on here, this isn't okay. And the thing is, now, like I said, even after this, they've made posts on Instagram and different stuff, and people are constantly just hammering them for, you know, racism and whatever. It's like this didn't solve anything, you know, for the company. And what are they going to be able to really do that's going to make you look at them differently from that aspect?
Not much.
Appoint a black CEO or something, you know, like,
Yeah.
or a person of color, you know, it's like that really, then it looks like pandering. You know, it's like, and I'm not saying the company should get a win here because they absolutely shouldn't if they did the things he accused them of.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure, right?
But I don't know. Whatever. It's, yeah. Although the other question people keep asking in the comments is, so when's the Detroit Tap Room opening back up?
Yeah, we've got an event coming up there at the beginning of December.
They
Bastards.
posted about that on their Instagram about the French bread, or not French bread. I got
Like
French
the
bread
can?
on the mind, man. French toast, bastard. Jeez, I couldn't think of what it was. And people are in the comments, a ton of them are like, so is the Detroit Tap Room going to be open? And they've not answered one person. So
Yeah, I'll be annoyed.
and this is, from what I read, it sounds like it's only going to be available in the tap rooms. Like you can buy like bottles of it, I think, but only at the tap rooms.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we may have to see if we have some intel and.
Yeah, I'll be checking.
Mm-hmm. Damn them, freaking.
I know, bastards.
Yeah.
You bastard guys.
French toast bastards.
I know, right? I do want
man.
some French toast bastard in my life, I'll be honest.
Me too. I'm not going to lie. That's why I said it's always so tough when you have a company. I'm sure this is kind of what the people who fight over the whole Chick-fil-A thing constantly go through, right?
Right.
Because there's like, oh, I love their food so much, but I hate that they were so supporting anti-gay causes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, but Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
That's what I'm like. I'm like, oh,
dude.
stupid founders, what are you doing?
Go-
Dirty bastard.
Right, exactly. Well, the difference here is like with Chick-fil-A, again, if you type in on Google Chick-fil-A copycat, you will find 20.5 million results of how to copycat their food.
Yeah, like I have no doubt.
Here's
I can
a little
make
different.
Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Although
I cannot brew CBS.
I can't remember which beer it was, if it was CBS or I think it was Curmudgeon. They actually they posted the recipe for it.
Oh, I saw that. I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so like seeing that, I was like, maybe maybe Curmudgeon won't be brought back anytime soon, because it's weird to give away that kind. Like, there's no way they're putting CBS out there for free. I can't imagine, but because if I had a brewery, I'd so make CBS, but I'd just call it something else.
Call it something else, exactly.
Or make a tiniest change to it or something, just so that I could call it whatever. Oh man, so October ended, which, man, did October go by like blazing fast to you?
This whole year has.
Okay.
But yes.
Man, October flew for me. So, and then, November 1st hits, and I'm always, it's always like, okay, well, new month, whatever. And then I was like, oh yeah, BlizzCon is this weekend, which is, for those who don't know, Blizzard, who makes video games, every year they have a convention. And usually, it's like, what are they going to announce this year,
Naturally.
And everybody expected Overwatch 2. And
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, naturally. But every year people are always like, is there going to be a new Diablo game? Because it's been a while since Diablo 3 came out. And this year they announced Diablo 4, which made me super excited because I really love Diablo.
I'm sure that fired you right up.
Oh man, I was super. It was the second most exciting news I got that day. And like, it looks like instead of it being about like Diablo, like the main nasty is Lilith in this one. And they've already shown off a little bit of 3 classes so far. Barbarian. This is weird. It was Barbarian, Sorceress, and Monk, I think it was. Yeah, Monk. And the Monk turns into like animals and stuff, which was pretty cool looking.
Oh, nice.
Like, they do different stuff, and then you see this character's turn into this like giant bear, and he just starts swatting just hordes of this army. It was pretty cool. The Sorceress thing was a little weird to me because they've had like Wizard and different stuff in previous, like in Diablo 3, they had that to where in each of the classes you can pick male or female.
Right.
So I was like, it's a little weird that they announced it as a Sorceress.
Maybe it did default as Sorceress, and then you could be a Sorcerer.
Maybe. I was kind of wondering about that. That was a little different because they've done that for years on the last few Diablos, I believe, where you could play either sex, no matter the class. Although I guess fair enough. If you're a guy and want to call yourself a sorceress, get after it. I ain't hating.
Yeah, right. We don't gender assign here.
Nope. So I was. Now the downside to it is that they've announced that it's going to take some time, and the way all the rumors I read earlier today are on it sounds like it might not come out until like 2021.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because I guess it's not on their release schedule for 2020. And
so they announced the game that they're like, it's barely running.
It's
right
in
now.
production. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff they showed looks phenomenal, though. Like, they always show off a cinematic that is gorgeous,
Well, of course, yeah.
And it was. I mean, man, it's seriously like a little, a little movie snippet, and it was pretty awesome. And then, there's been some gameplay, though, but, it's early stuff probably. So, oh, man. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Ugh.
But the most exciting news of the week, to me, was that there's a band reuniting. I was super excited about.
Really?
Yeah. My Chemical Romance. No. Oh, first of all, I mean, they are, but who cares? Rage Against the Machine.
What?
Rage has announced 5 tour dates. And from what I've read, there is plan to do more after that, to the point that Prophets of Rage have officially disbanded.
That makes me a little upset, but it also deserves a...
Yeah, boy! But by Prophets of Rage disbanding, it makes me feel a little more like this Rage Against the Machine thing is not just, hey, let's play a handful of concerts.
I mean, it would be nice if they started doing their thing again.
Yeah, the rumor is that and this isn't to be political, this is just what I've read. The rumor is that the thought of a potential second Trump term is basically what is really grinding their gears. Which part of me is kind of like, how the hell did it take this long?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because they were never, I mean, not that, what's his, Tom Morello and stuff, they're never quiet about politics. So, yeah, here's the funny part. The first show they're playing is in El Paso, which is incredibly Rage Against the Machinist,
Right.
Like, very, like, let's go play where some bullshit went down. But they're also going to headline Coachella.
I mean, that's nice, huh?
Yeah, but that doesn't so much feel like a real, like, punk move, kind of or a resistance move. But whatever, it's...
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm sure these will sell out, and if they haven't already. They probably haven't even announced them, and they're probably sold out.
Yeah, right?
All I can hope for is that there's any chance that, they come through somewhere near here so we can see them.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I really want to see Rage Against the Machine.
That's one of those bands that I've always been like, man, I've never seen them, and I need to.
Yeah, I know. It's in the handful of bands that I wish we could go back to the 90s and go, okay, let's make this happen, because what's wrong with us? Also, of course, I'm really, really hoping this is going to lead to a new album.
That would be nice.
That's more, honestly, of why I'm a little, like, about the Prophets of Rage thing, why I'm a little more, like, I feel like that's a more significant thing than maybe it's seen as,
Yeah.
Because they've been literally, they're touring and they've been putting out music, so to stop that whole process for this other, just to play a few concerts, it's like, you wouldn't need to do that necessarily. Like, touring, yeah, because you can't,
Right.
Can't do 2 tours. Well, you guess you could. I'm
I
sure.
mean, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Stone Sour and Slipknot ever tour at the same time. I assume they do. So, but anyway, yeah, real excited about that. It was funny because just a few days before that,
to be honest,
I don't either. Just a few days before that was when My Chemical Romance, announced that they were reuniting, and then Rage does, and I was like, man, it's like My Chemical Romance is going to be like, really? Like, you couldn't let us have a week?
Yeah, for sure. Stupid My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, whatever. I have an appreciation for Gerard Way, just not so much as a musician. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, he brought us the Umbrella Academy, so I dig that.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, that's fair.
Yeah. But not as much as a musician. Aside from, I used to love making fun of, like, their song titles, because their song titles were like a book long. Like they were ridiculously long titles.
That should be a Name of Wonder title.
Should be. So good shit there, right?
Yeah, good shit there.
At least I hope. Although it's funny, there's been last I checked anyway, there's been no official announcement from the band itself, but Forbes and other sources have confirmed that this is happening. And there's a Twitter account that's actually Rage Against the Machine, but it's not the band, it's a fan account, because apparently they haven't announced anything on theirs. Like, Tom Morello, I think, has a Twitter, and he hadn't announced anything yet. So it's kind of weird, but
that is very weird.
But it's by various accounts called confirmed. So
right. Well, good.
Yeah, buddy. So
yeah, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
Faux show.
All right. There was something else I wanted to. Oh, this is an old story, but I wanted to talk about it real quick. So, did you see there was something posted by somebody at least on Twitter. I don't know where it was at, but they went through, like, how the sleep apps all tell you the amount of time that you're snoring.
Oh yeah,
and that you can go and listen to it.
yes, I've done that a few times.
And this guy that did it said that what he found out from himself and his other people is that a lot of the snoring is actually night farting. I was like, the old butt snore,
Yeah, butt snore.
Oh man, that made me laugh so hard because I've always when I've looked at that on my app, I've wondered that because I'm like, somebody's got to be just farting up the room all night.
Yeah, exactly. Just tearing the sheets up.
Can you imagine you go to your doctor or something and they're like, and you're, because these apps have a thing where you can, usually like send the info to your doctor if you want to, or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, here's the thing, and doctor, oh, go ahead, let me play it, let me hear it or whatever. It's like, Meanwhile, the doctor's looking at you going, I think you're seeing the wrong doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you need to go see a whatever.
Yeah, an assologist or
yeah. Yes, an assologist.
Pretty sure that's what they call them.
Mm-hmm, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that cracked me up because, yeah. Can you imagine, though? You just think, you're like, man, I snore a lot, and you go to listen.
Yeah, they're just ripping it.
Just tearing ass all night. Like, jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty damn funny.
Like that sounds foul.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that because I've only listened a couple times.
Yeah, same here, and mine have not been butt snores.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless I do an amazing, like, snoring impression with my ass.
Yeah, throw in your voice.
Dude. Oh, fuck, that reminds me. My dad used to, when his last year, like, every once in a while, like, he would fart. And I'd be like, did you fart? And he'd be like, point at the cat, and be like, it was the cat. And I'd be like, what? And he's like, she's throwing her voice. And yeah, oh God, that took me right back to that.
Classic.
Yeah. First of all, the idea of the cat farting like that is hilarious because they don't have butt cheeks. They don't make that kind of sound. Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, man. All right, I have one other thing. I've got some other stuff, but I'll keep that for our next.
Yeah, fair enough.
For the last 3 weeks, I think I've been rolling stuff forward because I keep finding stuff. So, shoot, where'd it go? Here it is. So, for years and years, when I watch like TV game shows and whatever, you know how, like, and this one's from Wheel of Fortune, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I've always wanted just one person to get up and just be like, because they're always like, I'm married to my fabulous husband/wife, and we have 3 amazing children, and I just want someone to get up and just be like, I'm married to this lummox of a man, and we have just the worst 3 children, and then one really good one, just something that's a little more honest.
Right.
And there was a guy on Wheel of Fortune that actually, when it was his turn, said that he was trapped in a loveless marriage. And it was totally a joke, his wife I think they said his wife was in the audience and laughed and everything. But I was like, finally, I just wanted that one time, just someone to get up there and just not be, I'm married to the most amazing so-and-so. It's like, stop it. Stop with the lies, people.
I mean, everyone's got to play it up on TV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But kudos to this guy. Hero, I mean, this has been a while ago, but hero of the week for him. For finally.
That's fair.
I can only hope that more people do it now.
Right.
That's what I want is people to, because I know the show tells you to coach, they coach you up on all of it too,
Like, yeah, of course they do.
You're not supposed to just get up there and be like, yeah, I'm married and, I have kids. Okay. You're supposed to make everything sound amazing.
Yeah, it's basically like a Facebook post, but
it
on
is.
TV.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So,
Hilarious.
What do you want to do here? Do you want to do Dude Mountain, or do you want to do the Q the W update?
Why don't we just do a quick Q to W update.
Okay.
Then I'll fire up the Dude Mountain sounds.
Fair enough.
So, like 2 weeks ago, you asked if you could freak a Friday with your best friend or one of us. What would you be most excited about?
Yeah.
We got a couple of them on Face page.
Yeah.
One of them's from our pal, former enthusiast guest, Philip.
Yeah.
Said, if it was my best friend, ... Blake in parentheses, I'd be most excited to have an actual savings account. Says if it was Tony and Brian, he'd be most excited to not have to do his hair every morning.
How dare you, sir?
I see how it is, bro.
How dare you?
I see how it is.
Well, all I can say, Tony, is if we go to visit Philip, we're taking clippers.
That'll learn him.
His whole head's going to be bald by the time we're done. We're not even leaving eyelashes.
We'll just start chanting one of us.
Yep.
One of us. One of us.
No. Trust us, it'll grow back.
Yeah. Whoops.
Good
And
answer.
then,
really,
also,
hold on really quick.
Yeah.
The savings one, I never even thought about something like that. That would be kind of funny, though. Like you Freaky Friday with someone, you're like, hey.
Exactly. Now I got all this money.
Yeah.
Let me take it out in some cash, put it in a briefcase,
Right.
bury it.
I'm going to go buy my best friend a brand new car.
And then the other one we got on face page is our buddy Big Dev, also a former enthusiast guest.
True.
Says this feels like a loaded question, potentially friendship ending, depending on the answer.
Yeah, that's the best reason for it.
I feel like if I answer certain male friends to switch with, it's going to be purely selfish. Also, I don't want to see their dicks, nor would I want them having access to mine.
I was going to
Female
say,
friend.
you wouldn't have to look at their dick. You could just piss yourself.
Yeah, it's true. Female friends would also be weird because, again, selfish reasons.
Right, you don't want to see their vaginas or dicks.
You don't want to see their dicks.
Yeah.
The only play here is to say I Freaky Friday with my dog because it's a safe call.
No, it isn't.
And I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Except your dog has access to your dick.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep. And you're going to have this want to, sniff asses all the time.
Yep.
Well, I guess it is Dev, so...
Now, see, Dev, now you'll be the one sitting on the floor, sadly watching the owner beat off on the couch.
Yeah, but
the dog's like, this is amazing.
But at least this time he could try to lick himself.
That's true. Join in a little bit.
Right. Don't tell us this won't be weird.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make it weird.
That's right.
That's all I got on the face pages, though.
All right. I was looking for, I know I have a Freaky Friday one here. Here we go. From Fluffy Bunny Ash. She says, if she were to switch with me or you, she says, I'd want to do something involving your beards. I've always had a bit of a fascination with beards since watching my dad shave when I was little. So I'd braid them, shave them all weird. You'd get your body back looking like mythical dwarves or Vikings.
That'd be all right.
Maybe
Just don't shave it off.
Well, maybe see what Tony's chin looks like under the beard.
Yeah, right. That'll learn you.
Let's just say you could shave forever and never find it.
it's like Dory, but shaving.
Yeah.
Just keep shaving.
Yep. She says if she was Freaky Fridaying with her best friend, that would be her boyfriend, and the first thing she'd want to do is fuck herself. Like, use his body to fuck my body. I'm both curious to know what a dick is like and curious what it's like fucking me. Great answer.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah. See, Dev, you could have done it and not made it weird.
Exactly. Exactly. Now we just have your dog and your body masturbating.
Simultaneously.
See what happens?
Yeah. Now it's just weird.
No, it's just weird for everybody.
Instead of it just being something normal, like, hey, he just wants to get a grip on Travis's, unit.
Yep.
Or whoever. I don't know who he'd pick.
Whoever.
Just saying, yeah. That's all right. He could have went the safe route and just went with us and been like, I just want to know what it's like to be able to wear a beard year-round, not have to shave it off occasionally.
It's true, right?
Just something simple like that.
Yeah, that's all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah. Or, he could have been like, picked you and been like, I just want to know what it's like to do a podcast with Brian,
There is that, right?
That would have been amazing. Not really. All right, so the other week was you actually asked the question, wasn't it? Yeah, because it was what would your, you were talking about the Tesla cars being so quiet that they were going to have a sound.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. And you asked what your silent car sound would be.
Yes.
I believe, right?
I did.
Okay. Where is
I
it?
don't have anything for that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a couple. Or at least one. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, whatever. I'll read these just how I have them. Cheeto Bandito says that his slow-moving sound would be the bubbling, gurgling, and popping of the car in flubber.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That's a good one. I like that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I had another one here. Here we go. If Twitter will open for me now, because it doesn't want to. It's pretty sweet. Come on, Twitter. There we go. Man, Twitter's just not wanting to play nice. Come on now.
Of course not.
Come on now. Come on. What the hell, man? Wow. All right, then. That's pretty awesome that it just does not want to work. It's like the tab opened, but I can't scroll.
That's amazing.
What the fuck? Like, and I mean, I can't even grab the thing off to the right and scroll. Like, it just will not do it. Okay, then. Well, I guess let's do a Dude Mountain update and we'll come back to it.
All right, fair enough. So there we go.
Dude Mountain.
All right, so. Oh, man. It is looking dismal here in Dude Mountain. Dismal.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the home team, that's for sure.
No. The Salty Bottoms are still living up to their name of being in the bottom, but barely.
As you and I are making a rocket climb to the bottom.
Yeah, boy, are we.
Well, not climb, I should say. I don't know why I said climb.
We all know what you meant.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm in 10th right there to D-Gens. You're Knife Brian. In 8th, we got our buddy Garrett with his actual picks because he's also has a gimmick team in this here situation.
Yeah.
Tied for 6th, you got the Mascot Super Fight and the Jackal May Rise.
Mm-hmm.
Dits and Dance Show, number 5. Ring da ding 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 ring ding da ding 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 ding. Dr. Feelgood. Coming in at number 4. Mike Oxmall. 3rd place. And then the gimmick teams. Well, I know, Mascot Super Fight is also a gimmick team, but they've fallen out of the top 3.
Right.
The Underdogs in 2nd. And with a dominating 10-point lead, Madden 16.
Yeah. Just stay in the course, man. Just keeps chopping wood.
I still don't understand it.
You got me, dude. I thought this was going to be the week that Madden was going to, crap the bed. And nope, not so much. Got, 10 points this week? 11?
You got 11.
11, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Nope. Sure does not.
But whatever.
It's, crushing it.
Yeah. Crushing it.
Yep.
Yeah, crushing it. So, I mean, there's your real quick Dude Mountain update, and I'm just, my mind is boggled and blown.
Yeah,
my
mine
friend.
too. Mine too, man. It's...
Boggled and blown.
Yep.
All right, Matt, take us out of here.
Do-do-do, mountain, do-do-do, do-do-do, mountain, do-do-do, do-do-do, mountain, mountain.
Krakow. All right, so Twitter's working finally.
Oh, weird.
At HobiePod said that having your lustrous beard would be the thing they're most looking forward to.
Oh, well, look at that.
And Then I actually forgot. Oh, for the Freaky Friday one, Heno said that he would switch with me for a week of nonstop. I think he missed a word there, but it says for a week of nonstop with a side of crippling depression and anxiety to keep me down.
Lovely.
Yay. Probably nonstop anxiety with a side of crippling depression. That would make more sense. Yeah. Because who wouldn't want that?
I mean, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother facet of the staying down for the, week in bed and whatever, that's been playing into it too. But for more on that, listen to the new Crazy Life, which I think we'll be recording tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Oh, actually, I forgot. Do you remember we asked, when I asked you what your country name would be? Like, what, if you had a country named after you, not like if you were a country music artist.
I think you did. I don't remember if did we answer that?
We did, but I don't remember the answers.
Neither do I.
Heno said his country would be Badonkadonkaistan.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone there's thick.
Yeah, exactly.
Land
of the thick, home of the brave.
Yep, the brave. All right.
Oh, fuck.
I think that's enough.
yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. So nothing else, right? We don't.
Nah, bro. I am. I'm good.
Alrighty then. So I guess with that, head on over to saltylanguage.com and do the clicking and the things and I don't know, whatever you do over there. Whatever you kids do over there, I don't know.
The clicking and the stuff.
Yeah. Just go do that. You can see links for the networks that we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
Nice.
And you can also, find all our social media links over there, the show notes. You can check out or find links, easy, quick links to the enthusiasts that we've done. So go check those out if you haven't already. There's some fine programs in there, I guess.
The finest of programs.
Finest of programs, yeah. And, if you want to reach out to the show, suggest something to us, whatever, you can hit us up at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. And, we're also on Instagram. We're on FacePage, although we don't really look at it very much. I mean, we probably had queued up answers in the past, and I just never saw because I stopped looking at Facebook. I apologize.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of those, so,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but if I missed them too, then, well, Tony already apologized, so.
Yeah.
No sense in both of us.
No sense in both of us.
We don't see this a need for finding any wrongdoing here.
No, of course not. Yeah. And hopefully, once, because I got the old ball rolling to find my own hacienda now.
Oh, shit. A
Hopefully
new Shameless Plug Studios?
Yeah, exactly. Once that falls into place, maybe we can get back into doing the streaming and all that.
Yeah.
I kind of miss it, though. I'll be honest.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. All right. Well, I guess with all of that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Man, stay spazzy.
Oh, my. French bread! Oh, man. French bread.
Yeah, for sure. French bread greater than Fred.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just saying.
Viva la French bread.